pending elimination from Katowice 2020 is the 100 Thieves. Mousesports could put a close to their story right here, their chapter right here. But we're going to have to watch Dust2 to find out. We're going to be doing that with Henry G and Machine.
Thanks very much. We're into the pistol round and aggressive up middle already. Gratisfaction, he wants blood. He wants the party to start, and Frozen's crashed it almost entirely. One more bullet into the head of Liaz. He did have one in the chamber, but opts for a fresh mag. Across now, the flash up top mid, and oh, Liaz, that I don't want to say terrible, but that didn't look good.
It didn't go well. I can say that much, Alex. That's confirmed. It's a 5 versus 1. Chad said they didn't look like they were up for it. And this pistol, they really haven't got much done at all. This is going to be Azza, who's looking for any sort of consolation frags here. It's not going to work out for him. Voxic will confirm it's a very clean victory there with Frozen getting 3 big kills, and the replay, I'm not sure we want to have a look.
Yeah, I mean, they invested not only 3 players, but a second flashbang to try and win that duel for Liaz. This was Frozen's first 2. Look at that, clean work. Chris J in support, but Liaz 1, 2 shots missing just about on the shoulder blades of Frozen. Puts them into the force. We're going to be seeing a whole plethora of exciting weapons. The Mag 7, a personal favorite of mine, Azza catches a stray bullet through the doors.
Voxic just expending an entire clip there towards the mid doors, and he's connecting! That's actually kind of sick. That worked out for him. He knew there was a chance, and he sticks the landing. We're into the 5-on-4. Remember, the Mag 7, some upgraded pistols here, but a man advantage for Mousesports. Now, how will they operate going forward? There is a smoke down towards shore. We've got Gratisfaction on the other side. He will really need to step up that AWP here on Dust2. We didn't see a whole lot of it on Inferno, that's for sure. Flashbang potentially thrown in the corner just as the smoke goes down. That's maybe the call, but they're going to just re-smoke it. Decent grenade towards Voxic.
Love to see it. Oh, JKS. He was working with a fraction, a slither, and he finds Chris J's head. It had to be the headshot. Perfect way to get a one-man equalizer, but it's still a long and tumultuous journey to find the force by victory. Gratisfaction's hiding in the corners. He goes unchecked. More frags. JKS's scout hits another. He's in trouble. Frozen's trying to Molotov himself out of this hard place, and now the frags keep coming for Mouse. They've made it winnable for Rops.
Oh, taking a shot to the chest over from the scout. He's got a player on lower B as well. That's going to be Jake. Remember that Mag 7 upgraded now to a Galil. I don't think he wanted to pick it up as it made a sound when the weapon dropped. So the Mag 7, he's got the call, he's been tagged with the scout. He knows this weapon is more than viable for this scenario. He hasn't planted yet, Rops that is, with 15 seconds. What's the call? He just has to run towards A. He'll get a plant out of this. He's certainly capable of winning it. Here comes the play. He needs to be quick. I think he might be in trouble here. Yes, indeed he will be. Wanted to get that bomb planted. Doesn't work out for him. It's a big reply from 100 Thieves there. After losing the first pick as well. A little bit apprehensive there, Mousesports. They got smoked out. Didn't really do anything with it. The flashbang comes through. Close range kills start to be delivered. The scout connecting. This was the initial kill from Voxic from the T-spawn position.
Yeah, so do you want to do some quick maths for me, Henry? Because JKS has 167 ADR. He was tagging up so many with that scout. That's not only true, the kills, but that body shot as well. He contributed in buckets and spades. Got 2 kills and a second tag as well. Frozen going to run boost his teammate into the middle. And speaking of middle, it does seem like they want to at least contest it a little bit. Yeah, leaves the bomb safe and starts his adventure. Often unmanned, as we talked about, Henry, and this time does seem to be the case.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a smoke for CT spawn. Chris J can deploy that. They don't have a flash. That's the main problem. No one towards B. There's 5 players towards mid. It's not a B split. This is a straight up mid attack. And it's going to be the incendiary down and a great response here. They don't have to worry about the tunnels at all. They look very confident there's 5 players outside at this point. Jacob just mows them down. That was the force buy from Mousesports. It's completely eradicated. Will have to be the eco at this stage. That's 100 Thieves. Start to look a little bit more comfortable here in this series.
Like if this game or 100 Thieves were the kind of heart rate monitor, we're starting to see a couple of beeps. We're starting to see signs of life.
Some resuscitations going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Someone's shouting clear. Someone's shouting scalpel.
Hopefully doctors.
I would, yeah, I should be more specific.
Yeah.
One would hope. Charging down middle on the Glock train. Does look like they're actually going to just try and do the same thing again. One towards short, but here they come. The body of the assault into JK. Yes, they're landing dinks, and they could very well get the bomb. There's weapon lying in wait there as well. One tucked in. He hasn't got through the window. Chris J's begging.
Take him.
Get out of here.
Forget about me. The bomb will go down, at least. Not bad. Like, that was uncomfortable. They got the bomb planted and a kill. Yeah. But still, heroics from Chris J, knowing he was going down. He chucks the bomb through the window and enables them to get a decent plan now, which helps out significantly. They're all on the nose of $5,000 as well, so take 800 away from that, and there's still a compromise buy. They wouldn't be able to get the AWP out. They still might not be able to be fair. Voxic will actually opt for the Krieg instead, so he actually has utility and armor. So decent kill from Chris J, then has to throw the bomb across. You can see Jacob is delivering a boatload of damage there. Bomb does get thrown over, and we get into round number 5. 3-100 Thieves. AWP for Gratisfaction. We start seeing more from him as Voxic. Same approach we saw in that second round.
Yeah, not quite going to be finding the same connections he did before. So a default. They started with a two-man presence towards the long, but now it seems as they regroup with Liaz, they'll plan to hedge their bets. Concede long for a strong short hold. Very typical to see this in Dust2. The CTs, they can't cover both efficiently. You've got to make a choice, and the sacrifice will be worked out momentarily. mousesports likely to expend a little bit of their utility to take it. Just a flashbang. Second behind them. Calling it clear for now, but more to come. Molotovs towards the pit. Long now under mousesports remit.
Absolutely true. Very valuable part of the map. 100 Thieves setting up 3 players towards short. You can see them. This is quite an interesting setup. There's that Gratisfaction AWP, though. Finds Robs. A key scout to take. It's going to have to be the long take at this point, I'm afraid. Alex going to have to smoke the crossover and hope for the best. We saw Na'Vi approach in this sort of manner, just getting up there, seeing if they can find the shots. They're already a man down. A couple of flashes remain on both sides. Azza trying to set up his teammate just when he needs it.
Calls for it. Liaz gets flashed in and has a chance for more. Just the one. Frozen, keeping things level, and mousesports got a real chance. Precise from Karrigan as he draws his first blood. He allowed to get the one, though. That Molotov could do a whole lot of damage. Voxic's going to be forced to try and swing out. The smoke and the nade is enough of a guise for him to maneuver into another fragging position, but with 10 seconds left, no chance he can get to that site with Grat holding the cross. Another for the 100 Thieves.
Yeah, just had to do what he could there. It felt like there was a chance for Voxic for 1 second, but lovely shots from Gratisfaction starting to come to life with the sniper at this point. Let's have a look at that first kill come through. Wow, what a shot it was as well. Robs is jumping up. Gratisfaction just removing players from the map. Another fantastic finish there. Frozen off of his head. And we get into a maximum loss bonus situation for mousesports. We'll see what happens. It's actually 4th stage, I beg your pardon, so that's $2,900 coming in. See whether they want to invest anything at all. We have got around 3,500 average. This is just partial buy territory. mousesports, after winning the pistol, have now conceded 4 in a row. A chance for the 100 Thieves bank accounts to swell. Start planning for a potential double AWP setup. Ideally, get AWP towards B and A. Enables you to boost the defenses. Shut down those mid splits. Gratisfaction this round, it starts to head towards A. He'll be boosted towards short, but is alone. Actually, is the one who's boosting. First shot for Voxic, absolutely nails it.
Unreal. Doesn't matter if it's a Krieg or poor Scout. Voxic
and they go.
Got this number. And all onto Jacob. He brings the fight to them. That's phenomenal. That's the only way he makes this round look as easy as this. A nade as well awaiting Voxic. He does manage to find the elevated position, reduces the damage. He's flashed and he's being hunted. Jacob. B site is his, a quad kill to secure 5.
He's had a really rough few months individually as well. That's a massive round from him. Very precise, very confident. He's been instrumental to this lead right now. 5-1, Jacob getting 4 kills there as well. After that wallbang comes in from Voxic, you'd think he's alone on the site, but he does everything perfectly at that point. He smokes the tunnels so he can just focus towards middle. Flashes over, manages to get a nice double kill. Swings around, Az is backing him up, and they don't concede really anything at all there. Just the 1 kill. And we'll see ourselves going to round number 7. No sniper available for Voxic once again. They have been hamstrung in most of these gun rounds, but they're picking up the pace. 2 players towards short. Frozen to patrol long. Bombs top and middle as the initial smokes are exchanged here.
Really nice that Voxic even managed to avoid his 2 teammates with that wallbang. Jumping down, Chris J punished. JKS, he was ready for it. Knew the short wasn't being held and he had to be paranoid for the drop. Chris J, he jumps straight into the jaws and there's more from Juzzy. As the mollies arrive, the smoke isn't great. Enough for Karrigan to get across though. Molotov frozen down to 20. Advantages heavily leaning towards the 100 Thieves side, but Rops is looking to rock the boat, checking his corners, but not precise enough, because Azza gets another, and Woxic dropped the bomb. This is T-side Dust2, I will remind you.
That's a very good point. Normally it's T-sided these days. Karrigan, though, might be up to something here. Alex, this could be an absolute showstopper. Go for the double kill, nails it. His teammate goes down, but Karrigan somehow gives himself an opening. 1 versus 1 now for the in-game leader up against Azza, who's been very good so far.
He came into this with 1 frag. He wants to leave with 5. Azza, 40 HP. Karrigan, it's not good. Oh man, Azza, he had to hit the tip of the head, precise when necessary, and he stops Karrigan from winning the most ridiculous of rounds.
They overlook one position. Karrigan can't believe his luck. It was still very awkward to get those 3 kills under his belt. That's a difficult procedure. He absolutely nails it. Taking down a 12 HP wasn't quite enough to win out the round. You can see this is a nightmare. Liaz comes in and checks it at the end. He did so well to even get this third. Excellent work. He takes a lot of money away from 100 Thieves, but ultimately they still win the round. And it's another partial buy. Deagle's armor, 1 scout. Hell of a Deagle, though.
Yeah, feels like a full buy, actually. I've changed my mind. Molotov will entice Karrigan to go hunting for Grat, and if his reactions are off, his aim was misplaced. And now Grat, fortunate to be still alive in this round. Rops' Deagle's connecting elsewhere. Woxic scout, mousesports. I think the fire's been ignited from Karrigan's heroics in the round before.
Yeah, that was a very strange sequence of events there, but ultimately it's going to be a 3-on-2. Kits available, open the retake, 2 players at half HP. I'm not sure what their next move is going to be here. Looks like they're falling back. They give in, considering how much damage was done in the previous round, economically speaking. They are just going to hold on to their weapons here, feeling that they can't really do much about this. So, mousesports needed something to go in their favor. This was getting out of hand. 6 rounds in a row for 100 Thieves, but they do win a Deagle round. It all started with Frozen out towards long. Completely rattles the defense. At that point, Karrigan helps himself towards short. There was another kill there, but he doesn't get it, but it causes a lot of carnage. They have to drop down. They're all throwing nades up towards short. There's scouts out middle. It was an absolute... it was
what would you call it, Henry?
Horror show of a round, to be honest with you. It wasn't massively impressive technically or tactically, but still, they got it done. It was a lot of chaos, and that's what you want to bring with these sort of rounds. You've just got the pistols.
Yeah, get her done. And they do. A second and a crucial one for Mouse. That's going to give them the opportunity to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the CT side once again. Grat does preserve that AWP, and that's the shot we're talking about. It started it all. Rops was the one to find the second on the flank. JKS desperately trying to support what was a wavering A hold.
6-2. Money back online here for mousesports. Winning partial buy is always going to help you out tremendously. Gratisfaction feeling the heat towards short will respond with a can of flames of his own. Flashbang over. Karrigan willing to challenge. Just the 5s there as well. It's a nice little move. Now, they weren't expecting that so quickly. And now Gratisfaction, you can see he had no idea they made their way up. Nice pick from Chris J.
Yeah, but proactive from Liaz. A spectacular find on the first. And Az has done the same. It's a headshot gallery. And Rops has done it again. Another frag lingering on the other side of the map. The extremities now a threat. And they have to pair up. Azza and JKS. They'll maneuver. Oh, no. Wait. Perhaps they just decided they're going to concede this round and look for 1 extra frag onto Rops, but he's long gone. Yeah,
so they know Rops was up a B, but yes, he's gone towards T-spawn. They're going to have to save once again. Money being drained from the bank accounts now of 100 Thieves. They will save 2 M4s here. They've got the Incendiary as well, but another fast-paced round does work out for mousesports here. Managing to shut down Gratisfaction. That was a nice move. We're seeing more and more teams do that when the Flames, like just when you know there's like 2 seconds left, you run through them, you take minimal damage. CTs might have their grenades out. They might just be thinking, okay, I've got another couple of seconds here. Surprise him, and Gratisfaction didn't give himself enough time to actually fall back there. Didn't see the swim from Chris J. Big smile on his face. The Flying Dutchman, they call him, for good reason. Straight up there, manages to remove the sniper as he was retreating towards the car.
Big plays. mousesports. You really cannot write them out of any round. That Deagle win now converted with a full buy as well. Scores on the doors. There isn't anyone really head and shoulders above the rest. Jacob, of course, we saw his earlier eco bash, which put him nice and healthy at the top of the scoreboard for now for 100 Thieves. But into the 10th round then of our second map, final series of our last group stage day here at IEM Katowice. Those that could have treated themselves a little bit.
Shotguns. Couple of M4s out, safe in the previous round. And another slow approach from mousesports. Closing the gap now. As you mentioned though, considered to be a T-sided map. After winning a very convincing pistol, looks like it'd be more of the same for 100 Thieves, but they've come online. Satisfaction, saving money for the AWP once again. $3,000 to his name. Let's see if this is where Voxic can get an opening. We saw Simple hold this angle a few times in the previous matchup. Smoke down to enable him to get a wider angle. And is waiting now.
Thinking about that mid to B, would be all on a Mag 7. His only option would be to go towards the tunnels. Azza does catch one. If he gets drops, that could be the AK he needs. Oh, but he misses his shots, and now the smoke is gone. His advantage isn't, though, because he gets it just in time. Tucks in. Christie's already on the platform, and Frozen has caught the Azza rotate. So heavily excited and convinced it's going B. Now A could be open. That A rotate was a little lackadaisical. Liaz with just a USP. It does fall to the JKS mantle, but that's a crucial frag. Could be enough to win the round as he tucks himself in. Woxic's only got 9 seconds. It's going to have to be a knife-out scenario, and JKS, he just has to find the frag. Misses his shots. Woxic hunting. 3 seconds. 2. Woxic above. He misses the shots, and JKS saves the day.
I thought there was a chance of a big no-scope coming in straight to the dome of JKS, but he does enough there. The timer runs out. Will be 100 Thieves to pick up yet another round. 7-3 now. Voxic a little bit frustrated at that one. Did he die after the timer?
3, 2, 1. No.
No. So he still gets cash. And we get into round number 11 here. mousesports struggling somewhat. The AWP is out for Voxic once again. Their money was strong. Goes spot the kneecap of Gratisfaction. A flashbang caught Grad as well. That's what caused him to fall back there through the smoke, but still, Voxic took his shot, opens things up. A master of Dust2.
No doubt. So many of these frags, we've only had 10 rounds of play, and they always seem to baffle, confuse. And Azza, he's going to have to do a whole lot here. Does avoid the flash nicely, but he can't find the crosshair return in time to just JKS and Jacob towards T-spawn. It does just look like he's going to try and keep Grat's AWP, but to recap why that AWP is on the ground, the ridiculous, from recapping the kneecapping, he just shoots him. Gratisfaction, that's ballsy to try and challenge the T-side AWP anyway.
He was looking towards top of middle, and then as soon as he got flashed, that's when the kneecap got exposed. He tries to fall back, and then Voxic had already spotted him. He couldn't see when he pulled the trigger, but he took an educated guess as to where he could be. Opening pick, and that's going to pick up the pace for mousesports. They start to pressure towards the bomb side of that stage, and 100 Thieves lose frags all over the map. They're going to have to save weapons once again. The AWP in the hands of JKS. Taking out the M4 as well. We're getting to round number 12 here. mousesports shake off the short fallings in the previous round. 4 players survive here. The money is okay for 100 Thieves. There's one more buy there. They save both these weapons. mousesports starting to stabilize here somewhat. They can still win the half. Bear that in mind.
Yeah, it really can turn around on its head. I'm not sure how disappointed 100 Thieves would be. Of course, you know, the opportunity to do more damage, but I want to take a quick look at how their average distribution looks like on Dust2, and I have it in front of me now. Last 3 months, it's been somewhat of a 50-50 split in where their rounds have been accrued, so there is no particular leaning. But of course, the T-side has been dominating here in Katowice. mousesports 11 rounds straight versus G2 on their T-side. On this very map. Voxic challenging towards the long. Grat, he's been having a bit of a tumultuous time up against the mousesports utility. He rarely gets a chance, and actually I saw a great tweet. I believe it was Semphis just saying a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to AWP against tier 1 teams.
Oh, of course. It's a completely different kettle of fish.
It feels like very different to what you're used to in the matchmaking servers.
Absolutely. Like, they're unbelievably fast. Their movement is out of control. You've not really experienced anything like it, so you've been up against them. It's not a fun experience. But for now, long control gathered. Frozen. He'll be there with the Krieg. Voxic's got himself in towards the pit. The bomb's outside B, so could be trying to just smoke the crossover here, take some vision away. A few Voxic shots towards the A side, then walking towards the B bomb. So hopefully finding just one single player there. It's going to be Jacob for now, using the cubby at this point. Here's the smoke towards crossover. So if Molotov the car, they're showing a lot of presence. That smoke will land nicely in the middle of the crossover. We'll see whether they can actually get it done at this point. So double smoke It's convincing. Will it cause enough rotations, though? There's only Jacob in towards B. But like we said, a strong position. It could be enough here.
Doesn't wait too long. He wants to make sure it stops, and he holds the spray, expecting close swing. Only one. It may not be enough for the CTs, and certainly not now. Frozen drops and takes a second. Woxic to put the cherry on top, and 7-5. mousesports, they're continuing to close this gap. They've won 4 of the last 5 rounds of play. Starting to find the answer to what did look like a very comfortable 100 Thieves after their second round win.
What a brilliant call from Carrigan. Very convincing. You got Frozen up there, just absolutely railing people. The smokes are down, the Molotovs are there. If he's finding frags as well, there's no chance Jacob's going to be able to hold off 4 players making their way in towards the site. He did get 1. I guess maybe, in my opinion, pulled the trigger a bit too early on that. If he was going to win the round, he needed at least 2 kills. But either way, next round begins. Number 13, the first real eco for 100 Thieves so far. They've got 5 players towards long. Here comes the flashbang. And the bomb's there towards the long doors as well. They need to be very careful. If flash goes over, and they haven't swung just yet. Here they come.
Oh, Frozen. Comfortable spray, and Carrigan's there just to help pick up the pieces. That will be a very quick conversion of the eco, and neat and tidy. No one dropping. mousesports have nothing to complain about, and you can see they've got all the cash they could possibly desire. It's time to treat themselves a pistol of choice, if they so desire. And quite an opposite scene for the boys of 100 Thieves. Last 2 rounds of this half.
Where you see Frozen just getting it done. Leading the charge for mousesports here, looking to tie things up. There's no AWP available on the 100 Thieves side. 5 modest M4s enter round number 14 here, and Carrigan once again picking up that pace. Smoke down.
Such a habit for these fast-paced plays. You saw him get away with it on Inferno to great success, and now once again he's already up on short. Sees the nade flying, and you can see the CT flash was perfect, but Azza doesn't want to be taking that fight too aggressively.
Carrigan wanted to drop down towards spawn to set up his teammates here, but it's Jacob now ready and waiting towards B. He's found 2 kills, still alive and kicking in the back, but Robs takes care of him. Azza is going to be very low indeed. Gratisfaction at 0. Woxic starting to apply pressure now, and Azza, he's so low, they might just have to save for the final round here, Alex. We'll see. They've got a smoke for the tunnel, a couple of flashes, but it'll be all the pressure on Liaz. And currently, as it stands, they don't have a kit. There's a slightly deeper smoke towards the double doors there to allow them to get some access. So it looks like they're going for it. They're going to flash over and send Liaz in.
It enables him to take this fight with Rops without the threat of Woxic dealing with him. Here they come, and takes the fight not clean, and that's all good for Rops. He's got himself the triple. Azza's low, makes it a quad. Wow. That looked like it was all said and done for mousesports. Jacob did so well to catch 2 on the entry, but they punish Woxic and Rops. They find 1 in quick succession into the site, and the rest just locked out. Let's see that from Woxic's POV. Yeah, just touches Grat. It's been a couple of those.
That was the kill. That decided it there. Azza, 18 HP, fortunately for him, had to go for it, was dead either way. And I told you, mousesports could still win the half about 5 rounds ago, and here we are. The auto snipers are out trying to cause some damage. One of the few times they haven't, to be honest. Nothing touches them. Frozen once again out towards long. Player towards the pit, and he has got a gap. Doesn't connect just yet. He might be in trouble here, but maybe the smoke will help him out, and that's actually sick.
He jumps away from the nade, and then one better dunks on Liaz. That's a fantastic trade, though. That's going to do a whole lot for the 100 Thieves defense in this 15th round. And ooh, Woxic. He's looking low, and even lower. JKS wins the AWP duel with the budget version. JKS, though, is going to be feeling the pressure now on middle. That's going to be Rops breaking through. Azza, in the meantime, does catch Carrigan. The bomb behind Rops as well as they start their campaign. Good catch on JKS to at least make sure they finishes what Rops started earlier. But hello, Jacob. Hello, Mag 7, and that should be the round win. Rops just has to swallow that bitter pill. The bomb will not be arriving on B.
He's got all the utility and a 3-on-1 with still a minute on the clock here. Get this first kill, a 2-on-1 certainly possible for Robs. He spotted the shadow. He knows Jacob's there, nails it. It's going to be now that 2-on-1 we talked about. He can grab the bomb, no problem. He knows that. The smoke's down there to cover him. He will presumably just run back towards B. CTs don't want to overcommit to this. He's got plenty of time, needs to be very careful. Molotov towards the doors. Smoke's down. And now he'll go for the plant. Commits to it. He's got a chance here, Alex.
He really does. Coming from the window, they're both thighs. He's ready for Grat. He knows he's in the sight. And Gratisfaction, he's been having a tough half, but he saves the lead coming into the second. A big victory in 100 Thieves. They just about get their head across the line.
Amazing scenes here. Another enjoyable game of Counter-Strike. We split it right down the middle here, 8-7. We'll take a break and see if the 100 Thieves can catch their breath. A rough half indeed. We'll see you after this break.
Where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning. Oh, baby. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. The stars falls around us, entwining us. So baby, stay with me where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning, 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 until the day the world stops spinning.
Lower bracket, one team for the Spodek. It's 100 Thieves and mousesports. The first map did go the way of Mouse. Inferno under their belt, and it's their map up next. We're into the second half. Myself, Machine, and Henry G going to be the voices filling your eardrums with Counter-Strike shouting.
Lots of shouting, yelling, screaming, all of that good stuff. And we'll be getting into quite a technical setup here from 100 Thieves. We've got a couple of smokes, 3 flashbangs, and a P250. To me, this has got long written all over it. Got to get that long control of the flashbangs, get JKS in the pit with the P250, double smoke a crossover, and have one remaining flash to get that bomb down.
Sounds really hot.
That's what I've got in my mind.
I love it.
We'll see whether it comes through. mousesports, we've got a slight technical issue, I believe, so we're just going to get into the action. Here we go. A few seconds, that was all. And in terms of the setup for mousesports, got 1 defuse kill on Chris J. He's having a slow game, 3 kills and 11 deaths. Trust me, though, when he gets online on Dust2 on the CT side, absolute hell can break loose.
Yeah, and he is one of those players always undeterred by a low scoreline during at a half. I mean, he doesn't really, he's seen it all, has Chris J. No lack of confidence, especially in support of his in-game leader. JKS is choosing to use his P250 on that mid-doors, and he takes Woxic down to 1. A dink across the map. Liaz does manage to finish off onto Frozen. Azza as well, taking these fights that the CTs are bringing to them.
Yeah, well, it's going to be the perfect mid-flashbang. Chris J removed. Rops Left with Voxic, who's got just 1 HP here. He's not going to have a whole lot to say, especially at this point as well. P2000 in hand, needs to hit perfect shots at this point. The bomb goes down.
Wait, oh, it dropped. It did drop. That is an advantage that Voxic can work with. They're going to give him the fight he was hoping for, but all three.
Good call.
Like a waterfall. That's a nice in-the-moment call. You know you can't handle that.
Yeah, if one of them does that, it's a nightmare. He could actually get the one tap again, but if all three go down, you've guaranteed the round at that point. So a nice opportunity for Vox. If he has 100 HP, maybe he pulls that off. Great shot. Look how awkward that is. The bomb just flies off the shelf. And we get into a second round force buy again. 100 Thieves looking compelling to take us to a third at this point. Double scouts, 3 deagles. Very difficult to beat mousesports in these sort of rounds. No damage inflicted on the cross. Gratisfaction looking for the repeat here. Voxy more than happy to oblige.
Yeah, they want that duel. Won't be connecting just yet. 3 scouts in the server into this round. Looks stacked to favor the Thieves, but we've seen what mousesports can win with on that T side already. A deagle victory helped them find their footing to close this gap that the 100 Thieves started oh so strongly with on their defense, but now it's their turn to attack. A Mac 10 for Azza, likely going to use him to bound up short, but already Karrigan contests. A flash to eat his escape. Azza on as well. Spectacular double from Karrigan.
Here we go. It's looking very good for mousesports, but not for long. Back to the 3-on-3, and now it's just the 2 scouts to remain with Frozen's deagle. Voxic, though, a bit of a specialist with the scout. You can see how fast that sends is, but Gratisfaction a little bit too quick from this time. Robs is absolutely done for. A bit of an exciting sequence towards short, but it looks like we might have stabilized at this point. Frozen does find a Galil. He's got an HE as well. He can throw that towards the side right now. That'll do a lot of damage towards Grat. Oh, even more than that. It denies the plant. Frozen now know he's got an opportunity. 1 versus 1.
Frozen has had such a strong first half. He's already on 21 frags as the nade lands on Grat. Liaz will do what his Orpa couldn't.
He has no idea it's a CT spawn. This could be godlike.
Looking for the 1 versus 3. He can't be spotted first. He's got 20 HP. Liaz on the ramp. Spotted, but reacts in time. Big round to win. The clutcher that could. 10-7.
Great effort, though, from Frozen. Gets that initial kill. I saw him pick up the HE, but if that lands just well enough, it could do significant damage. It actually ends up getting the big frag, but couldn't quite outflank him. Nice work from Karrigan, who set this one up. We've seen lots of deagle antics towards short this week, and is Frozen. That's the big HE grenade thrown in. He knew he had a chance then. Repositioned towards CT spawn. If he'd maybe got up a little bit quicker, could have won the round, but not going to happen. Full eco for mousesports here, and Rob's caught on the cross. B-rush, not a big deal against the USP. CT's an armor short, it's an issue, but this should be fine.
Yeah, and just strolling in. Not going to be too many complaints about that one. Only exception to this B commitment is Gratisfaction. If he positions himself accordingly, he might be able to just ensure that nothing goes awry. Yeah, he can hold the cross from tons. So now all of his teammates can just focus their attention. Maybe not. Here's Voxic. His attention's taken elsewhere. Karrigan and Rox will start the engage. JKS responding to fill the gap, but doesn't seem to matter too much as a double kill. Dink did look good for a moment. We will see the cleanup. And the 100 Thieves starting to build a very nice little nest for this second half. By winning the pistol and converting this, they've put themselves on 11 before we see too much from the mousesports CT side.
Yes, indeed. Looking very good. They managed to get a 6-1 lead in the first half, but I said that on Inferno as well, if you remember. So not out of the woods just yet. It's looking good right now, but money's starting to come online here for mousesports. They have actually got enough for an AWP if they require it. Frozen drops it over to Voxic. Currently sat on 11 kills. I dare say he's getting a post way past 20 at the end of this map as he starts to explore his options on the CT side. Considered one of the best Dust2 snipers in the world. Actually broke his own rating record at this event on this very map.
Not too shabby, is it? Kassad on the microphone. Coach of 100 Thieves. And I'm very intrigued to know if Voxic's going to return to his doors battle or not. This was the JKS. He did get surprised by the second, but you can see the reaction he had. He's looking low, but swift adjustment. Frozen definitely feeling himself today. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be seeing a whole lot more from him on that CT side. 100 ADR for him. Closing in on that is Rops from behind. You can see he's been contributing a whole lot outside of the kills. Voxic's going to be holding long. Liaz lingers. Does he want to really take this fight dry? Not at all. Instead, it's a perfect flashbang, forces Woxic off the line, and they build a little piece of the puzzle. They know where the dedicated AWPer lives.
Decent flash. Woxic having to reposition. Still has Chris J on the end of the fishing rod. 1 minute 20 now. mousesports need to start posting some rounds here in the second half. Currently 3-0 down. 11-7 overall. Carrigan can hear a lot of presence outside those double doors. Throws the flash over. No one to work with him, just trying to fend them off, slow them down. Frozen, we've seen this today as well. Gets information, doesn't want to necessarily dump that incendiary straight away until he feels the pressure. And they've even given him the Molotov in return.
Chris J on that long, he'll be hearing nothing, but not enough to support Rops and Carrigan with a rotate. This is going to be a brutal pincer. 2 tons, 3 middle. Rops ready to fight though. He's got a teammate. A partner in crime was Carrigan, but he's got to tuck into the site. The flashes are so good, he can't find cover. He tried the muscle memory, but he got stuck on the corner, and that is the site. That is the round. 100 Thieves. That's a big victory. That was the first true test after the pistol round, and we see mousesports flounder.
Yeah, well, they don't really get much done at all there. No resistance towards B. 100 Thieves. Perfectly played once again. 4 players to survive here. As mousesports will have to concede yet another. 12-7 overall. That B bomb site can be a bit of an issue. Rops, Carrigan only finding the 1 frag there. Jacob goes down, but his teammates not even touched. And they actually leave the round with Molotovs, smokes, flashbangs as well. Didn't have to dump their utility to find success here. Showing enough presence towards long at the start of the round. Kept Woxic in position. At this point, they'll just have to save their weapons. They will have maximum loss bonus after this round, so there it is. It comes in.
Good to see morale still high in the Thieves camp. A smile on Az's face. Liaz as well. A light chuckle.
Yeah, they're having a good time out there right now. 4-0 up. 6-1 up in the first half. It's all going well.
Can change very quickly, though, when you've got mousesports on their CT side.
So, with the maximum loss bonus and 3 weapons saved, certainly a buy there. But what kind of approach they want to take? Can't seem to have the same sort of impact they did in the previous map. Frozen currently sat on 22 kills. Chris J still 3-13. Yet post a frag in the second half. Tactical timeout for 100 Thieves. Just knowing that the orb's been saved, the M4s are there as well. They don't want to give anything up. Make sure there's no silly calls being made. Hold their nerve. They need to get us to a 3rd here.
Nuke if we need it. 100 Thieves, they definitely feel like they do. Tournament life on the line here on Dust, and they are just 4 away from leveling the odds. Round 20. Liaz trying his hand at the bang through the doors, and it's not too bad, actually. Does just tag up Rops a little bit. That's a lovely Pico at the top of the smoke. If he goes for it again, Woxic likely to hit this shot. Gratisfaction.
Oh my God.
That is satisfaction right there. He gets a revenge onto the man that caught him through the doors on the first half.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. It's the Krieg again. Woxic had no idea. And now 5-on-4, they've lost their danger man. They recovered the AWP. Chris J, like you said, had a very difficult Dust2 so far, but he used to be the main sniper for mousesports. He can make this work. Execution coming in. 2 smokes allowed him to cross, and there's no AWP on that side of the map, so Frozen has to take matters into his own hands. Good incendiary thrown.
I really like that. Look at the initiative he's taken on the Vanguard smokes. He can just play crouched on the one that's dropped by the wall. It gives him a bit of cover to work with himself. If there's a second one, he can stay exactly here. Timing's going to be everything. Now the nades come in, anti-flash, he plays it perfectly. Frozen looking to mow them down. Carrigan does catch the second, but into the site they go, and Gratisfaction's on for the ace. He's doing it all. 3 kills, bomb plant, and Chris J has chosen not to bring the AWP into this retake. Makes a whole lot of sense. He has Rops in support. He'll be coming round from CT.
Still a very difficult procedure here, Alex. No grenades whatsoever. They've got defuse kits. They still need to find 3 kills. JKS towards lower B, so there's only 2 on the site right now. That means JKS will be coming from CT spawn momentarily. They need to get their skates on right here, right now. Chris J to strike first. Can he find the initial headshot? Yes, he absolutely can. Looking for that second now. If he gets that, they can actually defuse the bomb. Rops, still a slight chance, but it's dwindling by the second. Not going to happen. Rops We'll just have to sit back and wait. JKS has confirmed the round is theirs from CT Spawn. He won't cross over, recovers the AWP. Another round on the board there for 100 Thieves as we go 13-7.
Huge. Absolutely monumental. Gratisfaction, that was all him.
Yeah.
All of the kills and the bomb plant coming from one man and the top of the scoreboard now.
And he opened it up from T-Spawn towards the AWPer. That's pretty unreal. Let's have a look at the shot. Does he even see him? I'm not close enough to the screen to really make it out, but...
No, he's got like magnifying on one of his glasses.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Gratisfaction, you're absolutely right. Carries him through the round. We said he was quiet on Inferno, but he's roaring loud and proud here on Dust2. Timeout from mousesports. This one's starting to get out of control, but here's the setup they wanted to go towards. The double AWPs, Chris J and Voxic. One of the most powerful combos in the game right now. They can get going. Need to find some strong form.
If you're 100 Thieves, so we get a zoom in.
Oh, there it
is. Tip of the head. Good catch. Lovely. Enhance. Wow, I'm actually living my CSI fantasy. I practically said enhance, and they did. Love it. But if you're 100 Thieves, you know the mousesports double AWP on Dust2 is so prominent. You've got something on the strat book that should try and make these redundant. Obviously, bomb plants. But to get to the site, you've got to get past Woxic and Chris J. One on either side of the extremities of this map. JKS for now was just checking to see any sneaky CTs trying their hand at the Jacob flank, but he's kept his teammates safe, and for now, slowing it down back to the crawl.
So much on the line here. This round is huge. Number 21. Slower approach here from 100 Thieves. Jacob towards those double doors. 3 players towards the B side of the map. Most notably, Robs is at the scaffolding outside the bomb site. See him just ready for the mid-split if it comes through. It means that A's a lot weaker. Puts pressure on the AWP. Foxy holds the car, Carrigan on those long doors. We've already seen him. Gratisfaction feeling it right now. Hasn't missed many shots. With the Krieg now has the AWP. And he's got the bomb on his back as well. They still have all their utility. And those smokes we saw before, the avant-garde smokes, as they're affectionately called now, they're designed to take AWPers out. Deny vision, flash over. So if they drop those again, this could be a difficult one for Voxy. We'll see how he handles it.
Yep. They come in. Voxic holds his line. Molotovs suggest the commitment. Teammates starting to rotate. All 3 of them charging towards CT, but a missed shot. The flash enables them to cross now. 8 seconds, but they can plant uncontested. And now a 5 versus 5. We're about to have some deathmatch, folks. Strap yourselves in. It's about to be a bloodbath on the A site. The silence broken by Jacob. He can see the barrel of the AWP and Gratisfaction. He's already piecing this together. Knows another. Carrigan's gone. Frozen claws one back for Mouse. Tip of the head, spotted and precise from Woxic. High sense, no issue. Liaz, however, is traded. Frozen doing his very best. He's doing it all. 3 kills so far. Looking for a weapon, looking for a chance.
Anything at this point. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. The timer escapes him, and Azad is sitting in that smoke. And we will see another round put on the board for 100 Thieves. They've had a perfect run here in the second half. It's going to be 6-0, and the money is absolutely wrecked again. Lost bonus only getting so far on the CT side. They got to buy up the scouts. The Deagles, it looks like they're taking a partial around this. So, essentially playing for overtime here, unless they pull out all the stops in round 22 with Deagles and a scout.
Okay, yeah, you're this.
Okay, that's more like it. That will help.
Yeah, that certainly does. That's definitely a contribution from Frozen. My goodness. Rattles a shot across the map with his scout and finds the dome of Gratisfaction. These two have got somewhat of an issue with those doors, like moth to the flame. Frozen once more. He's going to catch a bullet in the shoulder for that audacious choice.
That's another one.
Jacob's just hearing all of this and oh, Frozen, you genius! Oh. He knew it was a possibility and he just beheads Jacob before he can even make a peep.
Oh, if there's a chance they win this round and come back and win it, that would be the craziest way to get back into a game. 2 wall bangs of the scout, baiting him in by just firing off those shots. Jacob's like, wow, if he's firing off,
hello.
I'll have a free kill. And that was all by design. Frozen was ready and waiting for that pick. An amazing shot. And he's hungry for more as well. Looking for yet another tag. If he gets one more, that's going to be crazy. Takes Leos down to 14. He might have won the round single-handedly here. Time will tell. Still a chance for 100 Thieves making their way up to the site. Another scout connection. They're so low on the site. Carrigan can convert this, but still looking strong. 2 versus 2, but JKS and Az are incredibly low.
They are so low, and Chris J, I mean, they're almost low enough that Chris J could justify a jump spray. Flash towards the CT, planting safely for it. Rops will start to crawl in, and they piece this together for the double push. Eyes, JKS on Goose. He's responsible for Az's backside. Has to be taps from Chris J. Does take the head off. Azza to clutch. First found. He's looking for a fresh mag, and he does get the time. Chris J respects him enough for that. Looking for the head. It's all about reactions and damage, but not enough. Frozen and Chris J have given mousesports a round they had no right to win.
Absolutely true. That wasn't a forced buy. They stayed cool under pressure at that point, managing to get the scout out, a few deagles, and Frozen managing to pick towards middle. 2 amazing kills. Did a couple of tags as well on the A side. So much damage inflicted. Let's check out the first one. A drive-by as he takes out Gratisfaction. The second towards Jacob as he peeked from lower B after spamming a few shots. And then Chris J. We said he had a quiet game so far, but that could be the most important kill of the entire map.
You beast. Frozen, that's putting him 2 frags away from a 30 bomb. 22 rounds in. mousesports, they've got a star of this show right now, and he's continuing as they challenge long. Only the Dink continuing their advance. Now Carrigan's gone as well. 100 Thieves have fought back with pace.
They absolutely have. That long take very effective there. Couldn't get towards the pit, and now a 5-on-3. Chris J knows he has to make a huge play here. He's going to try and get towards long quickly. Now JKS, he says middle's clear. He has no idea that Chris has got past at this point. So there's a chance. Oh, okay. Well, they've communicated there was a moment where he could have snuck through. So as is patrolling the back, that should be things under control at this point. Chris J presumably goes down. He's waiting for his opportunity. There has to be multiple kills here from the sniper. He knows it as well.
Just jiggling into the plat peak, waiting for Gratisfaction to plop himself there. Fires off a shot, a smoke to make things awkward on the site itself. Rops, he tried to play the smoke, but timing was not on his side. Instead, he looks foolish, and Azza will catch the flank eventually. 100 Thieves, this is their 15th, unless Woxic does the most ridiculous thing we've seen here in Katowice. Sensitivity high, but not high enough to swing and flick. 15-8. 100 Thieves, 1 round away from equalizing and take us to nuke. You know, I wouldn't complain. I would not be upset.
Well, we had all 9 maps yesterday, and it looks like we're going to replicate that here as we get into round 24. Well. mousesports still have money here, but they're running out of time. 7 rounds in a row required for overtime. Certainly possible. Woxic AWP once more will be brought out. 100 Thieves. Surely. This is where they finish things off against 3 pistols. They've been great. They've only given up 1 single round on their T-side campaign so far. 7-1 up. Gratisfaction gets them 1 step closer to nuke.
Yeah, lovely flash as well. You can see that 100 Thieves are keeping all of their protocols in place here. Molotov in the close corner forces Carrigan's smoke out, and they're going to probably want to put some pressure on him. But he's allowed to escape. Don't want to overcommit. Put a weapon into the enemy's hands would be a disaster. So, slowing it down. 2-2 split of the remaining resources. We still have that AWP on Woxic, and that kind of is the win condition. They have to go for this one. 100 Thieves, 4 frags away from taking us to the 3rd map.
1 minute on the clock. In terms of the setup, we've got Woxic along, so's Carrigan. They've ascertained the short is clear. 2 players towards B again. But all 5 starting to posture outside the A bomb site. Going towards CD spawn, potentially take the attention away from the bomb site itself. Still could fall back and go for the mid split. Same smokes we saw before, as I mentioned. Designed to make the AWPer's life difficult. They'll flash over multiple times. You can see Woxic trying to avoid all of those. He can win these sort of rounds. Flash, though, just coming in as they cross. He still nails the shot.
He had just 1 second to pull that trigger. Misses the 2nd opportunity. He's given a 3rd. How to fall back. This is going to be near impossible task, though, for the retake. They just don't have the weaponry. 1 kit on Chris J. Someone has to hit the hero Deagle shot, but it's not happening. JKS, Gratisfaction, they're all doing it. 100 Thieves take us to nuke. Woxic looking for an ace clutch in the dying stages of this second map.
Well, there we have it. It is going to be 16-8 by the looks of things. No kit, 3 kills to find. It's just too much. And it's going to be a very strong performance there from 100 Thieves. They were 6-1 up in that first half. Things started to fall apart for them. We finished the first half at 8-7, but they came into the second half roaring, ready to go, winning the pistol and just carrying that momentum forward, only giving